Well, it's been a while since I've posted a video, and I started this one last fall. And then something came up, and, well, you know. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a few done this year. So here we go. From the fall of 2023, tonneaus, hoods, and top boots. This is going to be a quick video, so I've sped up the tape to save some time. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the top boot, and it goes by many other names. That's what I've always called it. Anyways, this is what I normally drive around with the top boot installed, and I like it. It sort of gives a nice finishing touch to the car, I think. I like the look of it. Anyway, so that was the tonneau bow that I just took off, and those are installed to help give the top boot and the full tonneau some rigidity when you're driving, so the wind isn't flopping up and down and making the tonneau make lots of noise. So this car doesn't come with a fold-away hood, which would fold up into the back seat there. It comes with a stowaway hood. So this is the hood frame that gets installed. It comes in two pieces. By no means does it act as a roll bar or anything like that. But the whole system here is pretty good. It works out really well. This is a vinyl top, or vinyl hood, as it's they call it in Britain, and it has plastic windows. This is what the car probably originally came with, although this is a brand new one. And honestly, I've never driven the car with the hood installed. I find that there's not a lot of room in the car with the hood on for me, since I'm pretty tall, and it makes it much harder to get in and out of. It's also a good idea to install these on a warm day or let them sit out in the sun for a while, and that makes them a little more stretchy. So you see you get a pretty good seal on the back there, and it fits up real tight to the windscreen. I always have trouble with these snaps. They're pretty tight, so I gotta get two hands on them and snap them into place. You can see my head's touching the top of the hood there, and it really reduces your field of vision. These snaps help keep the hood from flopping around in the wind. So there you go. It looks pretty good with it on, though, I think. It certainly makes the car look a lot different. Of course, the plastic windows are nice and clear because this one's brand new. I had a 1980 yellow MGB when I lived out west, and the plastic was original to the car on the windows or on the hood, and they tended to get a little bit yellow and crack over time. This one I store in the basement over the winter so it doesn't freeze. So there you go. That's Iris the MGB with its hood on. So now I'm going to install the full tonneau. So I'll take the hood down. They fold up pretty easy, and there's actually custom cases for all these components, so you can store them in the boot and keep them neat and tidy. And I think they're made of like a horsehair canvas type material, and they keep them from getting damaged, of course, and they also keep them from rattling around and making lots of noise in the boot if they're bouncing around. It's a good idea where these two on the hood frame meet is to always keep them sort of well oiled. So I'll give them a little WD-40 every spring so they are easy to pull apart and put together again. So there's the tonneau bow going back in, and then the full tonneau comes out. Now this one I think is original to the car. On the heritage certificate, it says it came with a full tonneau, and this one looks pretty old. It's still in pretty good shape though. There's been some repairs to it. I really kind of like the look of these. They look like an old leather jacket with all the zippers and buttons. And it's fun to drive them in the winter, or not, I don't drive it in the winter, but in the fall when it's cool and you leave the passenger side covered, and then when the heat's on inside the car, it's kind of like a little microclimate in the cockpit with lots of warm air swirling around. And there's two little flaps on either side. I just was showing you one there. And they'll actually attach to the body of the car and behind the seats to keep them nice and rigid. They're also handy. They give you a little bit of security, especially if you're going somewhere on a picnic or you're leaving the car for an extended time. You can put the full tonneau on. Gives you a little bit of security. And if it rains, then you're not going to have wet seats. So I'm going to finish here. This is North Shore, Lake Erie in southern Ontario, Niagara Peninsula. Beautiful day for a drive. So thanks for watching, and leave comments, like, subscribe. I'm going to do another video with regards to a bunch of questions or a survey that I asked people to do on the YouTube channel, and I'll gather all those together and give you the results, and maybe do a little bit more driving footage with that.